Hello friends, hope you are having a great weekend. Today we are going to do a pre-market analysis on gold. Before going to the session, I would request you watch the pre-market analysis which was done on September 21st, 2025. On September 21st, 2025, I mentioned that gold is in a supply zone right now, and there are chances that either gold would fall from this supply zone, or else if taking support or breaking this supply zone of 3707 to 3687, I mentioned that it would go up. Let's see what happened after that. This was the main area which I have mentioned in this YouTube video as well, 3684 range. Here you can see 3684 range. From this range, market has gone to a great height. Market has traveled up to 3791 range. If we calculate from here, market has traveled almost 836 pips. And when market was coming down or market was falling, I already mentioned in my core team group as well as my premium group that market would be going bullish from 3735 range to 3712 range. Let's see what happened after that. This was the area which I have mentioned, which is from 3729 to 3712 range. This was the previous support zone. I would give it as green. And from here, when it came and tapped on the supply zone, I mentioned that gold would go bullish. And let's see what happened after that. Market has gone from 3728 range to 3783 range. Let's see how much our team has captured. From here, let's take 560 pips our team has almost captured. And I know you'll be waiting to listen to what is happening next. And I'll tell you why gold has fallen from this range. So I don't like to take this chart because this chart will be giving you more confusions, because if you check my previous videos, all the previous analysis are given there. I'll take a fresh chart and I'll be telling you what is happening or what is going to happen in the next week. For that, I'll remove all the drawings and I'll go to the weekly time frame. Let's do a top-down analysis. So if you look at the top-down analysis of gold, whenever gold is going to a great height, you can see gold will take a great pullback too, like this. Gold is taking a great pullback too, like this. From here also, gold has came almost 3500 pips down. Then again, gold has risen up to 3758 range. So as gold will be always taking a pullback, we can expect a pullback anytime. This is the weekly time frame. If you take the daily time frame as well, you can see multiple pullbacks have been created in the daily time frame, as I mentioned. This is a pullback, it's a pullback, this is a pullback, it's a great pullback, and now market went up, it's a tiny pullback, now again it went up. So we can expect a pullback anytime in gold. As gold is in an all-time high range, we cannot say anything, that is the truth. But still, even though I know that there will be pullbacks coming soon, I'll give you my analysis for the coming week. If you take the daily time frame, I would say that the range between 3500 to 3422 is a great support for gold in the daily time frame. I won't say that gold will come to this range, but I'm telling you that if the gold is reaching this range, this would be a good support zone. So I'll mark it as green so that you can understand this is a support zone in the daily time frame. And this is the second support zone for gold from 3576 range. Let's take it like this. 3576 or 77 range to 3511 range. This is also a support zone for gold. Now, if you go to the current range right now, I would say the top support zone would be, or the best support zone would be in between 3686 to 3627 range. Also, you can see a small liquidity zone here. Let's take it as a support zone. Now this will also act as a support zone. Let's give it as orange because this is a possible support zone, but still it will work. If the gold is coming to that area, there are chances that this would work. But this is the main support for gold, which is 3684 range to 3627. Now, why gold has fallen from this range in the 4 hours? You can see here is a liquidity zone. The wick of the IFC candle will always act as a liquidity zone, as I mentioned in my classes to all my students. So this is a liquidity zone. I'll give it as red. This is a supply zone for gold in the daily time frame, and that's the reason why you can see that gold has tapped on this area and it is coming down. I'll give this area as red. Now this is the daily time frame support zones. See, my dear friends, when I show you the support zones, you will think that okay, there are a lot of support zones. Where would gold come? No one can say, my dear friends. But if you are looking into this chart, if gold is taking a pullback, there are always chances that in daily time frame gold can come up to either this support zone or this support zone, take a support and go back. There are chances. I'm not saying that this will happen, but in the daily time frame, I think that there are chances that this would happen. But while looking into the 4 hours time frame, you can see that in 4 hours, gold, as I mentioned in this chart, or in this, not in this video, in this chart, like this is a support zone in 3735 range, which I mentioned earlier. Let me mark that area. This is the 4 hour support zone, I would say 4 hour support zone. If you ask me which support zone is like more powerful, I would say it is daily time frame, which is the higher time frame. But still I consider this as a support zone, 4 hour support zone. I'll give it as green because it's a support zone. Also, I would like to tell you that here is a small fair value gap where you can see here. Fair value gap is something where the pending orders will be there. So this candle, I would take it as a support zone for gold. So let's make it more clear, like from the range of 3761 to the range of 3713. It's actually a support zone. It's a tight zone for gold, I would say. What can happen, I don't know. There is a great support at this area in the 4 hours. Also, we can see that gold is in a rejection zone as well in the daily time frame. So this zone is acting as a rejection zone right now. I don't say this is a strong rejection zone, but still it's in the daily time frame, and it's a tight competition between the buyers here and sellers here. So what can happen next? There are still chances that in the daily time frame, as I mentioned before, gold can come down from here, take support, maybe go up. We can't say. This might happen, this might not happen. This is in the daily time frame. In the 4 hours time frame, as buyers and sellers are having a tight competition, still there are chances that market would rise from this area, break this rejection zone, and there are chances that gold will go up. If we are looking into the retail liquidity zones, here we have a rejection over here, and let's take, we have a support over here, which is where the retailers would love to enter at the support zones. So here we have a rejection, again we have a support here, again we have a support. Retailers will be looking into the market like this. So the chances that I see is, as I mentioned in the daily time frame, it can come up and take support from the 3684 range, or in the daily time frame, market can take supports from here, break the rejection zones and go up. Both the chances are there. If you ask me, I am in a confusion stage. I am not sure what is going to happen because it's in the all-time high range. So it's better, I am staying out of the market. So you can decide either to trade or to stay out of the market. Even if I'm trading, what will I do? I will only trade if this zone is getting broken, which is the rejection zone getting broken, taking support. Then if the candle closes above this range of 3791, I'll go for a buy. This is what I am planning to do. So dear friends, let's look into the news, what is happening in the next week. So if we look into the news of the coming week, on Monday we can see that there are no much news that would affect gold. On Wednesday we can see that there are crude oil inventories where sometimes it would affect gold and initial jobless claim. This day, Thursday, October 2nd, you should be very careful, do not overtrade in this day. Also Friday we have a lot of news like non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate and all. Friday, October 3, this day be very careful my dear friends. So this is all for this week. Let's see what happens next. As I always say, a good trader is a person who knows where to keep quiet and where to trade. This is a keep quiet area, I would say. This is a keep quiet area. I won't trade in this area. I will only trade if gold breaks this zone of 3791, take support, then I'll go for a buy. At least a short term buy or scalp. But before that, I won't do anything. So that's it for this week, my dear friends. Thank you and have a wonderful week.